Greetings and welcome to Review Time. I'm Islip and it's a beautiful rainy day in New Jersey. And when I say it's a beautiful rainy day, I'm not being sarcastic. I love rainy days. My first kiss happened on a day that ended up being a rainy day. I had lots of great times in a rainy day. So I love rainy days. I love the dark and I love the wet. I don't really like being out in it too much, but you know. So you can see in my backyard through my window, and I thought that it was actually quite fitting that I do this review today. And this figure came today. I'm going to be doing a review on limited edition Seacons G1 commemorative Decepticon Piranacon. So yeah, I got him in the mail today, or I got him in the post, and it's the limited edition BigBadToyStore.com exclusive, which I got from TFSource.com. So I'm not exactly sure how that worked. I could hazard a guess that Hasbro made 1 billion of these, slapped on the limited edition BigBadToyStore.com exclusive sticker, and then Big Bad Toy Store didn't sell enough of these, so they decided, when the exclusivity clause ran out, I guess, to send it to other stores, and you know, TF Source got a hold of them, and it's fine. I don't care. I don't care. This guy, I'll say one thing first off the bat, this guy is a bit bigger than I thought he was going to be. I know he's a combiner, but still, I don't know why I thought he was going to be smaller. Turn the box around and you can see, you know, it's a standard Masterpiece, American Masterpiece style box. So, we got Snapdragon and Overbite, and I gotta be honest with you, the only reason I got this figure was because of Overbite. I had him when I was a kid. I don't remember him quite being these colors, but whatever. My dream would be to have a Piranacon with nothing but Overbite limbs, because I love Overbite. The rest of them, whatever. So, and as you can see, I haven't opened this package yet. So, here's the back of it, and here's his bio. It says, "In their individual forms, the Seacons growl and slash their way, along with the unique weapons and abilities. Together, their power is more than the addition of all their skills. Combined as Decepticon Piranacon, trademark, their force multiplies and their minds merge into an uncontrollable tsunami of destruction." Sorry. Here's the specs for those of y'all that need it. I don't. So, you know, nice art, nice picture and whatever, Decepticon, Piranacon, Transformers, whatever. And this picture right here is pretty nice. It's excellent. Too bad the figure doesn't look that good, but it's still pretty excellent. So now, having said all that, I shall get him out. Alrighty, and I'll start off with the leader in robot mode. Here is Decepticon Snaptrap. See, that's what this card says. Let's read along, shall we? Let's wait till it focuses. There we go. Functions, Seacon's team leader. Broken Autobots never mend. Alternate mode, Turtle. Cold-blooded, cold-hearted, Decepticon Snaptrap. Trademark. Functions on one setting. Destroy. He is never distracted by rage, and only betrays agitation when he must circle back to finish off a survivor of his methodical brutality. His chilling indifference keeps the Seacons under his command terrified, and prompt to fulfill his orders. And there's his tech specs, and we're done. So, now I've seen a few videos where people had a hard time standing up their figure. I found that if you leave the legs down, which kind of sucks because I like to fold the legs up, then his feet are more than adequate to hold him up. But when you put his feet up, which, you know, still looks... Oh, actually... Mine stands pretty well, even with the feet up. So, there. So, you got his pistol, which... I tried to get into this hand, and I think the peg hole for the peg hole in this hand is smaller than this hand because I couldn't get this guy into this. So, he was on the box. He had this big, humongous, this is his gun for, I guess, when he's in super combined mode. No, because he uses one of the other Seacons for that. Never mind. Sorry. Kind of new. I never had all of them. I only had one when I was a kid. So, you got this gun. You've got this sword, and the sun was just nice enough to come out for a little bit. And there's his head, which on the box is actually painted black. The color schemes on the Seacons on the actual box are, well, not completely, but they're kind of different than the ones that are here. I'm not complaining too much, though. I still like it, and it looks very, very Optimus Prime-y. So, yeah, what the heck is up with that? So, you know, anyway. So, he's got this backpack thing, and I'll show you what that does later. But as for articulation, he can do, he's very stiff. He can do the Perceptor kick. He can do a horse stance, and that's it for the legs. His arms can go 360, and they bend at the elbow. And here's something that's kind of cool ahead of its time, and it's probably been mentioned already. But if you when you have the arm in foot mode, when you fold it out, let's see if I can get this closer. When you fold it out, his fist automorphs out. So that's Snap Trap. Whoops. And taking out his weapons just totally unbalanced him. So now I'm going to put the legs back down. And that didn't help too much. Hold on. His heel spurs went up. Alright. Yeah, without the weapons in the front of him, he doesn't balance too well. He's a little back heavy. So that's that guy. Oh, size comparison. Let's put him back here. Put him here. And we'll take Generations War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. So Generation Cybertron mode Optimus Prime. And you can see they're about the same height. Optimus... Nope, they're about the same height. I'm not counting these little pointy pieces because that doesn't really matter. So they're about the same height, so there's that. Next we're going to go with... let's see, that guy, and sorry, I don't really know their names too well, and I will know in a second what his name is. And this is Decepticon Notilator. And here's his bio card. Function, underwater excavations. Blame someone else before they blame you. Alternate mode, lobster. He's a funny looking lobster. Anyway. Despite his name, Decepticon Notilator let's start that over again. Despite his name, Decepticon Notilator lacks nautical know-how, often losing his way on his underwater missions. As powerful as he is in his lobster mode, he tends to get a little crabby with his fellow Seacons. Trademark. Blaming them for his mistakes in the deeps. Though they grumble about his attitude and poor navigation skills, they're always willing to haul him ashore with whatever prize he's wrested from the ocean floor. And there's his tech specs things. So, he's a little lobster dude. Now, when he comes packaged in the package, he doesn't have these little claws. So what you actually get is a robot that looks kind of like this, which actually looks pretty nice and compact. It doesn't look too bad. But if you want to have these connected, then he's got his legs out like this, and that kind of sucks. But what are you gonna do? Give me a second. He's got stubby little arms, but they actually fit a bit. His legs are, you know, he's got mono foot kind of thing going on there, and mono leg, whatever. I don't mind, I like it. It just has that G1. It just says G1. A lot of people have been complaining about this, and his stickers are they're pre-applied, and they're not factory. I mean, well, and the factory didn't do a very good job with some of them. They like crooked and whatever. I don't care. Let's get a close up on his face. Beautiful. Well, you know, beautiful G1 square nub face. The only other problem I have is that his head is so far back on his body. He's got G1 Grimlock syndrome, where the head was way too far back and it should have been, you know, a little forward. But otherwise, he's pretty cool. Size comparison. Let's get out old Primey Dimey. Sorry, Prime fans. Even I wanted to punch myself when I said that. He's about half the size of Prime. He's about... He's a little... I don't know, I guess he's a little... He's about... he's about as tall as a Legends class figure, but he's got the bulk of a Scout class figure. So there's that guy. Now we'll go with Seawing. And Seawing comes with these guns that actually have wings on the side of them, and that's pretty cool. Now his guns are... The gun colors are kind of weird. There are three primary colors. It's black, then it was gray like Nautilator had, and then everybody else has... Oh, no, there's four colors. Then there's a purple, well, maybe a fuchsia, hot pink, and then there's that light blue. Now, when I was a kid, I remember I had Overbite, and I think he was... There's two different colored greens? I think he was kind of this color, primarily. Like, it's showing up as blue, but it's sort of more of a greenish color. Oh, well, whatever. Anyway, so here's Seawing. He's got his two, you know, winged gun things. I thought that's pretty cool. He's got a bunch of kibble on the back, to be expected, but his proportions are pretty nice, and because of transformation, you can actually pivot the fist a little bit. His arms are a lot bigger than you would expect for combiner limbs. Usually they're only about like that big, and you know, they barely stick out. It's pretty cool. Not much else to say. Definitely not my favorite, but definitely far from not being my favorite. Actually, I have a favorite, but this is the first time I'm actually handling these guys, so I don't know which one. And now this thing was back here, and there. His wings keep pushing his tail up, so I'm gonna have to knock off points for that, because that's not. It's bad enough it doesn't fold all the way down as it is, and then to be pointing straight out back, that's crazy. Oh, bio time. I forgot about that. Let's see. Okay, did you? Decepticon Seawing. Function: undersea reconnaissance. The darkest depths reveal the darkest secrets. Alternate mode: Manta Ray. Like an underwater ghost, Decepticon Seawing, trademark, glides through the aquatic gloom, emanating danger. He likes the murky depths where he can achieve a quaking respect with his mere presence. His Decepticon comrades suspect his ambition reaches beyond the Seacons, trademark, to a larger role, and the Decepticon Seawing neither confirms nor denies this rumor, because he does secretly regard himself as destined to command. And there's his specs for those who need him. Oh, Hasbro Pawtucket. Pawtucket, Rhode Island! Hey, Pawtucket, that's where the brewery is! Yay! Okay, sorry. I had a Family Guy moment there. And there we go with Optimus Prime. He's actually shorter than who did I just do? Nautilator. Let's see, Nautilator. Are you shorter than Nautilator? Yeah, he's actually shorter than Nautilus. So, I think he's the shortest of the bunch. Is he the shortest of? Yep, he's the shortest of the bunch. And so next we move on to Decepticon Tentakill. And he was actually, to be honest with you, he's actually, as far as the alt modes are concerned, I think he's actually my least favorite. And I'll show you why later. That might have changed because my opinion on these guys have changed dramatically since I've gotten them. Anyway, here's his bio. Function: underwater demolitions. Embrace your enemies until they're terminated. Alternate mode: Squid. His insidious charm lulls his enemies into a terminal complacency. At the moment when their defenses are relaxed, Decepticon Tentakill, trademark, strikes with his cruel and crushing grip. He gets a perverse pleasure in getting close enough to his victims to observe their dismay as they realize the lethal consequences of taking him at his word. And there's his tech spec. So, he's got some really colors. Now, I can understand some of these colors now, but at the time I was like, you know, these guys in G2 retarded color schemes. I mean, I can understand some of these bright colors because if you go into a coral reef, sometimes those have... Sorry, I just got a text message from a friend. I love my friends. Oops, here we go again. Listen. Anyway, so back to the review. If you go in, sometimes there's some brightly colored coral reefs, and so I can to that extent I can understand, you know, there being some funky colors, and it would help to, I guess, blend in. Except when you're the size of the frickin' coral reef itself, then it doesn't work. But I don't know. There's something about these colors that just kind of harken to an earlier day. Just brings back a bit of nostalgia for me for some reason, and I don't know why. It just reminds me of when I was a kid. And even in the 90s, we used to dress like this in the 90s. We used to get in these really loud neon flamboyant colors and walk down the street like, and it wasn't just me. I barely had any, but I mean, in New York City, it was just really like flaming with the colors. I'm serious. They were like neon yellow, neon pink, and these are guys wearing some of these clothes, and it was just a fashion. You know, we watched too many, you know, TLC, early TLC videos, and you know, the hip hop videos of the day where everybody wore in these long billed neon hats. I mean, seriously, you know, people will follow anything if you promote it enough. Anyway, so here's this guy. He's not bad. His arms are, they're a decent length, but they do look a little stubby considering how wide his chest is. And I'm sorry, let me tilt this up just a little bit. Considering how wide his chest is, his arms just kind of feel a little stubby, but they poke out a lot farther than a lot of other combiners. He doesn't have where the fist ends right at the front of the chest, and then you gotta, you know, put the gun. So, and he comes with these two guns, or this might be the gun for somebody else. I'm not exactly sure because the picture had both him and let's see who was him and Scalor with the same exact guns, even though they didn't have the same exact guns. And these guns look like they pose together, and we'll find out later on. So there's that guy. And let's see who is left. No, that was Tentakill, not Scalor. Oh no, yeah, did I do Scalor? No, I didn't do Scalor. Alright. Scalor is next. And here's Scalor with his guns trying to poke you in the eye. I'll poke somebody's eye with them things. And he's not bad. He's got really beefed up arms for his body size. I mean, look at that. But you know what? I like that. I like that. Too bad his legs don't match the proportions and whatever, but still, that's pretty cool. And he's got elbow articulation. Come on, this is a G1 toy. It's a G1 combiner limb, and it has, I mean, it doesn't have articulation anywhere else, but it rotates at the shoulder, and it's got, and then he's got these two guns, and he doesn't look bad. He doesn't look as bad as I remember him looking. I thought this was, some retarded. And his skin is a sort of a pale pinkish, and it's not really picking it up on my camera. It looks like, I don't know. I'll have to review it on my computer, but on my viewfinder, it's not picking up the colors quite as well as it should be. But anyway, it's still pretty cool. And there's a close-up of his face. Not bad. Definitely not bad. Let's get his bio card out. Scalor. Wait a minute. Why do some of these say Decepticon and their names, and this guy only... I don't know. Two of the limbs do not have Decepticon before their names. Oddly, they're the two most similar limbs. But anyway, so here we go. Let's move you over here for a minute. Scalor. And if it looks a little dark, that's because the sun went back. It's a rainy day. Anyway. Function, amphibious assault. I stink, therefore I am. Alternate mode. Coelacanth. I used to call that a coelacanth because I don't understand how it's a coelacanth, but hey, that's how science says. It says coelacanth. Anyway, Scalor surrounds himself with the miasma of a malodorous fluid. What his fellow Seacons, trademark, regard as an easy repair job, Scalor, trademark, sees as a mark of character. He's happy in his smelly cloud of pollution, even if he occasionally needs rescuing from the seafloor when his fluid levels dip and he overheats. Needless to say, he tends to be something of a loner. And there's his tech spec bio card, and none of that really means anything to me because I don't really quite understand it anyway. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are like, really, you don't? No, I don't. I don't really understand, and I don't really care to understand. So here he is with Optimus Prime, who's turning away because he smells so bad. He's like, I just want to get out of here. Why am I here? I'm an Autobot, he's a Decepticon. I should be blasting his smelly butt away. Or something like that. So, there's that guy, and I saved the one reason I got this whole set for last. Overbite. Now, this was the guy I had when I was a kid. I could only afford one, and this is the one I got. Well, not this exact one. The one I got, the colors were actually different. I remember the green here being a little more bluish. I remember the pink here being a little more brighter pink. More of a hotter pink, I guess. So, I'm not exactly sure why they did what they did with the paint job. And then, like, the pink on the shoulder and the pink of here are not the same. They're not the same. It's just really weird what they did with that. But anyway, he's still here, and look, he has his head actually looks like sound waves. So yeah, why not? Again, he's got the extra articulation at the elbow, and that's pretty much it. Shoulders moving, that's about it for the thing. You can take his limb parts off if you want to, his arms, but I don't like doing stuff like that. So, yeah. He was the one I picked up because he turned into a shark. And at a time when we had Sharkticons that looked nothing like sharks, it was nice to see a Transformer figure that actually transformed. Even if it had legs and arms instead of fins, it still looked like a much better shark. I mean, the body shape, if you pulled the limbs off, you had a great shark. So, here's his card. Let's move it. Sorry about that. I went to move the camera and I actually accidentally hit the off button. Anyway, back to Overbite. So there's his card, and I think this is the actual G1 artwork. I mean, as far as the robot mode, not the background crap. Anyway, it says, "Function Undersea Terminator. There are only two kinds of creatures, predators and prey. Alternate mode, shark. A bottomless greed for prey drives Overbite in his hunt for yet another victim. Relentless and unopposed. Rewind. Relentless and unopposably strong, he finds his greatest success in the sea where his speed and endurance make him a dangerous predator. When he tires of hunting Autobots, he entertains himself by annihilating cruise ships and oil tankers." And there you go, his tech specs. So, yep, there's that guy. So, I will be right back with their alternate modes. Hold on. Alright, so I've got everybody in their alt modes. So I'm going to start with, let's see, which one do I not like? I'm going to start with Tentakill. Tentakill, did I say that right? Yeah, Tentacruel. I was thinking Tentacruel, but Tentacruel is a Pokemon. So here's Tentakill, and he's supposed to be a squid with feet, and I'm not exactly sure, and fangs. He's got, look at that, focus, there we go, he's got, look, fangs. Squids are supposed to have beaks, and yeah, let's see, and he's got one, two, he's got the right amount of limbs, he's got 10 of them, so they don't do anything in this mode. You can't grab it. Oh, I guess you could go forward like this and go, but this is really all you can do with them. And unfortunately, his face becomes his butthole. So, yeah. Look, he's got bunny ears. Anyway, so not much to say about this guy. He's got, oops, that's not what he's got. Oh, I can cover his, well, his mouth is still exposed, but whatever. He's got leg articulation, and that's pretty much it. His arms just kind of fold up. It's just the robot facing backwards with his legs flipped up. He's not bad. He's got a charm to him that I don't know why I like him. But he's, you know, in the Japanese cartoon, for some reason, this guy was able to make 1 million copies of himself. There was like 1 million of this guy. But anyway, so that's that guy. We'll go with Seawing. Oh, you know, I don't know if he can hold any weapons in this mode. I think he can. Let's see. Let's see, what were the weapons that I used for you? I think I used these guys. So, I'm guessing if I peg these in here, like so, there. And now he's got guns. So that's not too bad. He's not totally helpless. So there's that. So let's move on to Seawing. Now Seawing is supposed to be some kind of a mantis. And from the top he looks like a mantis, but mantas, excuse me, not mantis, manta, like a manta ray. I mean, aside from not having legs, they don't have mouths like this. It's a little slit underneath, and I don't know if it has teeth in it, but you never see the teeth. So this is a little silly. So, and he has his writing underneath, the Hasbro Inc. Takara 1987. It says China, and then it says C1520A. I don't know what that means. Let's see if I can get it to focus. See, Hasbro. Takara's way back in there, and China's right down there. Anyway, so in this mode, he's got that is articulate, so you can put him in different poses. I have him like this because it hides his hands better. Otherwise, he's got fists sticking right out. So you can stick a gun up front, but that's for, I'll show you, that's for the Target Master mode. Otherwise, yeah, there's not much else to it. He looks okay. He doesn't look bad. He looks okay. But, you know, if I had to run favorites, he would be my second least favorite. Now, take the Manta guns, and a bird just flew by and scared the heck out of me. See it right next to, in case y'all forgot, backyard. Anyway. Take these and post them in right under here. And right under here. And now Steven's got guns. Pachoo, 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 pachoo. He looks like some kind of a Star Wars vehicle, but I don't know what. Nice detailing. They don't have any reveal the shield rub signs as far as I've seen, I don't think. Unless I passed it up. Anyway, okay, so next, we'll go with my next least favorite, and that's Nautilator. The spider dude. The spider. The lobster dude. And, he kind of doesn't say lobster to me. Maybe crayfish, crawfish, whatever, or a mutated shrimp, maybe? He reminds me more of a shrimp with big claws. Or not even so much big claws. But he's got a mouth that opens up, and it's got a post so you can put a gun on. But it's got teeth around it. It's supposed to be a mouth, which, you know, of course this look, you know, none of this looks right as far as if it was supposed to be a convincing alt mode. It doesn't really look it. But, you know what, it's a toy, and sometimes that's not what it's about. So his legs don't move. If you hold him like this, you can see that he's just a robot with bits folded over on him. But he's not bad. He's not bad. I like him too. I like all my Seacons, and I don't know why. Because I used to hate them all, except for that one. I mean, I didn't see a point in the squid because it didn't look like a squid. The sea wing, the sea wing and the lobster look like retarded versions of what they were supposed to be. Fish with legs and feet, you know, arms, really made no sense to me at all. But I like it now. And a giant snapping turtle. I guess I can kind of understand that a little bit. But as far as I know, a coelacanth never tried to eat a person. So anyway, it's a coelacanth, and he has some of the, like, I guess if you know what a coelacanth looks like, I guess you can kind of squint and say, hey, that does look like one. Otherwise, he doesn't look very much like one. He's scaly. He fits his name. And he's pink, and then he's got these ridges under his eyes, which kind of look like, like, I don't know, like if I painted it dark, it'd look like mascara and stuff. And it looks kind of like this is supposed to be a girl. A girlfish. Girlfish is trying to kiss you. He's like that gremlin that drank the girly hormones and turned into a girl and was like, and that guy ended up giving into at the end of the movie. He's sick. Anyway, so that's Scalor, and you can put you can plug a weapon in here. So this is like Mech Tech ports before there was Mech Tech, and before the guns looked like garbage. Next, we're gonna go with Snap Trap, and his mouth does open, and he's like, "Wah!" Legs move. They don't really bend here. This one bends and straightens out. Whoops. I'm gonna have to do that over again because I completely messed that up. But I think I'll just leave that in. Why not? I'm gonna back this up a bit. Alright, let's try that again. Scalor. No. Oh god, I can't believe I just did. Snap Trap. And his mouth opens. Ah! And you can actually look down if you wanted to. It could be like a turtle. I'm slowly walking. I'm gonna win this race, rabbit. You can't stop me, rabbit. So there's that. Got these big ports here, so you know if you're not satisfied with the humongous gigundo guns he already comes with, you can stick one of his buddies in here. Or you can just probably take a random gun and just stick it in there. No, you can't. You could take like one of Metroplex's big guns and fit it in there. This is his gimmick. You can move this side to side. It's like boom, 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 boom. I'm not too fond of these coming out, but it's not bad. You could, you know, like have them out like this and just have them like swim at something and cut it or something. I guess I don't know. The chrome, it's nice, but it's, you know, it's already got a few scratches. Let's see if I can see that I came out the box with it like that. But whatever, I don't care. So, and then like peekaboo. So he's pretty cool. He doesn't get any extra weapons. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. Hold on one second. Where's that gun? Here's the gun. And I forgot to show the other guys with their weapons attached. But here's the gun. And now he's got an extra gun. You can't do anything with this because it doesn't... Let's see, I was hoping it was a hole in his butt and I could plug it in there and it would just be like an extra long tail or something. He'd be like an ankylosaur. I used to call it ankylosaurus, but apparently it's ankylosaur. So let's bring this guy back out and let's see. His weapon was this. So you just open his mouth and then you can just stick that like that, and now he can blast the hell out of you while he's swimming. So, yay for that. Let's see. And then I forgot about the coelacanth. So let's get the coelacanth his weapons. So, I honestly don't. Oh, I guess you would plug them in up here, maybe. Oh, I have to plug them in on the other side. Plug them in like that. No, that won't stay in. I actually don't know how to plug his weapons in while he's in this mode. It should be that you post them in up here, but they're not posting in. Or they're posting in, but they're not staying in. So, we'll just take this and put this in here, and you can pretend that's on both sides and it's staying in. So that's that. And last, and definitely not least, my boy the shark. Now, this should have been painted Sharkticon colors, and this should have been what a Sharkticon was, because this looks like a shark with legs and arms. But still, this looks like a shark. The other Sharkticons don't look like sharks. So, bring it close in here. Take his arm off for a second. Look, he's even... Come on, focus, thank you. He's even got gills like a shark has. So, yeah, he's got gills. Aside from the limbs, he's sleek and streamlined, so he could swim pretty good, I would think. Maybe his arms would be let back like this. And he would like... His mouth opens a little bit. Not too much, so no gulping big prey. And let's see, his weapon can go in under here and there. He's got his gun. It doesn't stay in very well though. Look, it's kind of loose, but still he can do that. So he not only can he swim and bite and eat the hell out of you, he can blast you too. Alright, so now it's time for me to pause this so I can get everybody in their gun mode. Ooh! Alright, so the first thing you gotta do is you have to assemble the stand for them. So you take this, or these pieces come, there's like a whole bag of extra pieces that look like this. You've got this that looks like it could be a gun. Actually, it could look like it could be a primey gun. Which you would take this base that looks like it's a foot, but it's not, and you just plug that in like that. Then you take this part here that has a connector point where you would plug in the head or the connector point for the limbs, and you would plug it in like that. And actually that just gave me an idea. But so then you have a stand like this, or 5 of them. Alright, so I will be back. Give me a second.
Sorry for the change in style. Too many things conspired against me and prevented me from finishing this in my own voice, so I had to use a text-to-speech program. I hope this is not jarring. This set originally came out at a time where we had Micromasters, Power Masters, Headmasters, and Target Master, so I think it is cool that each of the limbs can also become weapons. It doesn't work out too great, but it is far from horrible. Like I said, this was not a bad idea, giving each limb a target master mode, so to speak. However, the effect leaves a bit to be desired, as they look more like fish stuck onto sticks with guns coming out of their mouths or heads, with the exception of Nautilator, whose weapon comes out of his rear. I don't know whether that was intentional or not, but there is something wrong, and very funny, about a bot shooting you with his butt. You can have Snaptrap pose as if he is manning them like turrets. Now on to combined, or Gestalt, mode. This is the configuration of Decepticon Piranacon as shown in the instruction sheet, but I am not partial to it, as it looks off balance and very clumsy. Not only that, but some pieces aren't transformed properly or fully. Hasbro needs to have me transform all of their toys for them. They may not always be 100% accurate, but they will always look good. Thankfully, this is a Scramble City combiner, meaning any of the limb pieces can be swapped with others, or even become the weapon. Most of them got 5, but Debbie's got 6. Hey, wait a minute, so does Piranacon. Sorry to all of Realistics fans, I couldn't help myself. Anyway, this is how he came packaged. I am not sure why they left the leg limbs extended, but it does give him a little height. However, he has a huge head, and combine that with the wide body and short limb proportions, and you have a Gestalt that looks like the chibi characters, meaning he looks like those Japanese versions of characters with the biggish heads and the stubby limbs. The crazy Debbie Piranacon head might help fix that problem, and I am seriously thinking about getting it and hoping it doesn't destroy Snaptrap's head like the predaking power of parts have done to that set. However, I still love this figure. Here is an extra treat for those of you that stuck it through. I am going to attempt to use the Infinity Warfare upgrade set with Piranacon. First I will attach the hands, giving him a little articulation. His original fists had points on the knuckles, so I decided to use the wolf claw nucleus on the fists. The left fist was a little loose, so I used a little piece of paper to make the fit more firm. Sorry, I misspelled piece and it said piece, but I don't know why it said knuckles instead of knuckles. Anyway, there he is with both hands, and I think they look pretty darn good. I wondered what else I can use from this set. Here he is, the great King Poseidon. And what kind of undersea king would not have a trident? So I went and made one for him using some more parts from the Infinity Warfare upgrade set, as well as making a dual-bladed scimitar-type weapon. Both peg into holes in the palm of each hand to help Piranacon hold them securely, and the fingers and thumb can be positioned to help as well. I think this looks much better than the hands and sword he originally came with. I am sure that the Junkin Blacksmith Infinity Warfare set in blue would also work well, as there is a lot of blue in this figure. I have not even scratched the surface of all the ways you can use this set to upgrade Piranacon, or any of your other Gestalt combiners. Whether you have the Infinity Warfare set or not, Piranacon is definitely worth the purchase. He is a BigBadToyStore.com limited edition exclusive, but I got him from tfsource.com. Thank you for watching, and have a great day or great night.